This week marked 2 years since the death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police.
And as we remember that loss, the country continues to grapple with fresh pain in the wake of devastating mass shootings in Buffalo and Uvalde, Texas.
Now we close our broadcast tonight by turning to our 3 News contributor and spoken word artist, Chris Webb, a very talented young man. He has a poetic reflection for us tonight. Good night to you.
Each couple months, a new news story comes that stops our country's rhythm. I remember how George Floyd's death sent a shockwave through my system, set our hearts and minds ablaze and caused an uproar in our streets, and made our people take a stand to try and bring hate to its knees. And sadly yet, hate has increased on subway cars, in grocery stores, at church on Sunday. Spaces where we go for peace turn into wars. Inside our school buildings, where elementaries turn into debates about our weapons, disturbed motives, public outrage, youth, and race. Now these things move at rapid pace. Buffalo's pain still freshly felt, and though that's hard to process, now the cycle just reset itself. It's tough to learn the names because the list increases every week. The tears that fill our screens spill out and pool into collective grief. When I saw George Floyd's video, it reminded me of Tamir, which reminded me of Trayvon, Mike Brown, and Philando Castile, Bland, Garner, Taylor, names inside a tragic list so marred with pain. And last week, when I heard of Texas, Sandy Hook came in my brain. Aurora, Colorado, Columbine, that subway in New York, that church in California, the tops and those lives inside that store. And while these events aren't conflated, each instance is vastly different, still the common thread is life taken without thought in an instant. Yes, the common thread is mothers, sons, hearts that should have been safe, unarmed and innocent, debated, then discarded, then replayed. It's moments of silence, then public dialogue and calls for healing. It shouldn't be muscle memory that now I know that feeling. Now our fears have become common, our dread and familiar strife. These days it makes me ask, are these events now just a part of life? Is this something we should get used to, or something we fight to change? Because if change is what we want, we shouldn't rest till it's in range. If it's needed, the complication of these issues shouldn't count. The laws, the hearts and minds, our families, we pursue every route. We'd find the personal responsibility in each community to bridge the gaps that polarize us and block us from unity, to watch for signs that drive the broken minds into extremes, to not be a society of enemies with dangerous means. It feels impossible, but our desperate hearts should at least begin to work together to ensure we don't mourn in this way again. It feels impossible, but our desperate hearts should at least begin to work together to ensure we don't mourn in this way again.